Off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas caught me slipping once, okay, so what?
Hey yo, what it do, Southside? It's your boy LT. I hope you enjoy the ride. Make sure y'all hit that button that say subscribe, and let's get in this vibe. Alright, so today, man, we got how good was John Stockton actually. Now, John Stockton is the assist leader of all time with like 15,000 assists. But he wasn't just known for that. Well, he was just known for that. And that's what's sad, because John Stockton could actually shoot. He had a little rifle in that cannon, that little arm he got. You feel what I'm saying? He also could play some hella good defense. And I want to call him the father of the pick and roll, because him and Karl Malone used to do that night in and night out, and it gave so many teams problems. It actually became like their go-to move to win games. It was just what it was. So I hope in this video it shows a little bit more on his skill level and not just how great of an assist man he was. I love John Stockton. I know he's a great assist man. Maybe people don't know that, but if you ain't know John Stockton was the greatest assist man, you've been living under a rock, and I'm not gonna help you with that. But man, we're gonna get into this video, man. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, man. And again, that 2K subscriber, bro, we on our way to 3K. I know we're gonna get to 3K probably by February. I got us on February, but let's get into
John
this.
Stockton was the best point guard in NBA history, and their main argument is Stockton's 2 unbeatable NBA records, the number of career assists and steals. Here's the story of a guy that
Look, I learned something new. I didn't know he had the steal one too, but that just shows you how great his defense was. I was saying, like, John Stockton played great defense. People act like John Stockton didn't play defense. He was freaking amazing when it came on the defensive side. But I didn't know he held the records for steals. I didn't know that.
Like an accountant, and how he trained his mind and body to become like a computer on the court, and one of the toughest players ever at 6'1". This is the career retrospective of John Stockton. How good was he actually, and how would he fare in today's NBA? Early life and getting to the NBA. John Stockton has been underrated all his life. He was a small, skinny kid who never should have dominated on the basketball court, and yet outworked everybody, and soon became better than guys much bigger and more athletic than him. In addition to basketball,
that's just facts, though. My dad, every man has told their son this: hard work pays off when talent fails to. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Yeah, I think that's the exact right way to say it. Yeah. Hard work pays off when talent, whatever, man. Y'all know what I'm saying, though. Basically, hard work is always going to beat talent, because when talent can't pay off, talent is a gift. So you're not always going to just constantly be able to do that. But hard work, you're going to always be able to give 110%. And that's just what it is. So with facts being said like that, you can't be mad at that. You don't have to be, my dad used to always tell me, you don't have to be the fastest person on the court. You don't have to be the strongest person on the court. You don't have to be the most intelligent person on the court. If you give somebody 110 when you on the court, everybody can't take that beating. Everybody cannot take that beating, and that's how I played the game on a consistent basis. I'm in your face. I'm talking trash. I knew the game, and that's how I won games. My coach can tell you right now he hated me, but I was a fucking pest, bro. I was here. I was there. I was there. I was wherever you didn't want me to be. I was in every lane, in every layup. I don't care. If you try to dunk on me, yeah, you might have dunked on me. Cool, fine. But you can't say Lonnie didn't jump with my ass. Lonnie was going to try to contest me. Lonnie was going to do this. Lonnie was going to do that. And that's just what it is. But, man, yeah, I just feel like that. That's always going to be that. Hard work always going to pay off when talent hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
Played baseball and football as a kid, and had an opportunity to become a great quarterback. Still, his genius on the basketball court and an average of 23 points per game in the senior year of high school led to several colleges offering him a scholarship. Stockton graduated from Gonzaga Prep in 1980 and opted to stay home in Spokane, Washington, and join Gonzaga University. Gonzaga has a famous basketball program now, but for a long time, they were known just for John Stockton. Stockton did not have a free summer throughout his career, and every year, his ritual was the same. During July, he trained for 2 hours a day. In August, it went to 5 hours every day. When his college friends were going out and drinking, he spent his days shooting in the gym. When they asked him why he doesn't relax a little, Stockton replied that he only had a small chance to play in the NBA. and that he wanted to be completely ready if that opportunity arose. John averaged 20.9 points and 7.2 assists as a senior, and became the first player in Gonzaga history to register 1,000 points and 500 assists. Stockton was then drafted in the 1984 NBA draft, arguably the strongest draft in NBA history. Olajuwon was the first pick, Jordan was third, and Barkley went fifth. Stockton was selected 16th overall by the Jazz, and the following year, the Jazz drafted Karl Malone. During their years together, Stockton and Malone would become the deadliest guard.
Hey man, real talk, Utah need to bring this back. I'm sorry, I don't care. I know the Jazz, I like they do jumpsuits and outfits now, but this shit right here was cold.
Forward pairing in the NBA career, one big constant. When Stockton first came to Utah after the draft, he immediately asked the Jazz coaching staff to give him all available VHS tapes of Jazz games from last season. He studied their plays all summer, and when the training camp started, John knew every offensive and defensive set, how everybody moved, and where his teammates liked to get the ball. This was 1984, and the habit of watching tape was basically non-existent. Stockton was different. During my entire rookie season, I expected to be cut, and that's why I came so prepared. There was no relaxation for me. I think I was the player who spent the least money in one season ever. I rented the cheapest possible apartment. I didn't buy anything in it. I didn't even turn on the heating, Stockton recalled jokingly. Stockton came off the bench in his first 3 seasons, averaging 7 points, 7 assists, and just 2 turnovers in 21 minutes per game. He didn't do anything flashy on the court. There were no behind-the-back passes or crazy crossovers. Everything he did was fundamentally sound, and his highlights were often just simple bounce passes with perfect timing. When he became a
If you know how to play the game, you don't need to be flashy. Real players don't, and that's why I feel like there's a difference between a basketball player and a hooper. See, a hooper, he flashy. He know how to, he add a little razzle dazzle to it. But a basketball player, he don't care about looking nice on the court. He care about winning. He care about making sure the team look good, not him. He don't care if he get 2 points. If the team win the game, he happy.
Starter for the 1987-88 season, John immediately led the league in assists with 13.8 and just 3 turnovers. He averaged 15 points a game, but he took less than 10 shots, with 57% shooting from the field. From 1988 until 1996, one man led the league in assists each year, and that was Stockton, breaking Bob Cousy's record for leading the league in assists with 9 consecutive years. Out of 10 best marks for most assists in a season, 7 belong to Stockton.
I swear to
These
God,
are just some of his passing records.
We gotta add.
Also the only point guard in the league setting picks on much bigger players, absorbing the blows with his 6'1" body to free up teammates. Charles Barkley once said that Stockton sets the hardest picks in the league, and when Barkley says that, it means something. Yeah, Stockton was dirty, and he took every little chance to trip you, elbow you, and gain some kind of advantage. But because he was always outmatched physically, he almost had to be dirty to succeed. The Jazz made the playoffs 19 years in a row, and both Stockton and Malone...
I ain't mad at you, boy. Do your thing. Hey, I was the same way, bro. My statue right now, I'm like 5'7", 5'8", on a good day. I'm not a big dude at all, but I was dirty myself. I ain't gonna lie, I was dirty. Let me catch you coming off a screen. You cross through the paint, best believe I was bumping your ass. I don't give a fuck. You run past me, I turn, I'm gonna put the knee out just a little bit. You gonna hit something. You gonna learn to come at me. I'm in your face clapping, I'm talking mad shit because I want you to swing on me. I want them free throws, and when I'm hitting my free throws, I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna look at you and let you know you messed up. Boy, I got you. You feel me? So I understand it. When you're not the biggest person, you got to find other ways around it. But when you're the smallest person, you're very sneaky. You know how to get around it. That's all I'm saying.
Malone don't know what it's like to miss the postseason. During their tenure, the Jazz was a top 3 seed in 8 seasons, and their 64 wins in 1997 are still the franchise record. Coach Jerry Sloan wanted perfection, and he coached the Jazz with an army-like mentality, which suited his 2 All-Stars in Karl and John. There was no load management, no playing less than 100%. They played the regular season like it's the playoffs, and John Stockton never allowed his troops to slack off. During those 19 years, John didn't change a single thing. His neatly combed short hair was always the same. He trained rigorously, and he was the only player who kept playing in those ultra-short 80 shorts a decade after everybody switched to longer ones. Stockton became the NBA's all-time assists leader in 1995, surpassing Magic Johnson's 9,921
I think he had like
dimes.
15,000.
When he broke Magic's record, Stockton didn't want the game to stop to be honored. The fans gave him a standing ovation, and he waved his hand briefly so that the game could continue. The following season, Stockton also surpassed Maurice Cheeks as the all-time record holder in steals. In 1997 and 1998, Utah played the best basketball in the West, won the #1 seed each year, and went to the NBA Finals. When he made the buzzer-beating three-pointer against Barkley and Olajuwon in the '97 playoffs for a series win and a place in their first finals, it was the only time where we have ever seen him lose his cool and show a lot of emotions on the court. And then in the finals, a lack of experience, lack of luck, and Michael Jordan declined the Jazz and Stockton the privilege to win a ring. But those series were much closer than people think. Almost every game was decided in the final minute, and Phil Jackson always said that the two finals against Utah were the hardest of the Bulls' 6 titles. From 1998, when he was 35, and 2003, the final year of his career at the age of 40, Stockton still averaged 50% shooting. He still played hard on defense and delivered crisp passes at the perfect place and the perfect time. But he never looked at his stats and was never interested in the personal accolades. All that mattered to him is for his team to win. After his final NBA game, a playoff loss in Sacramento in 2003, Stockton was asked to summarize his feelings about retiring without an NBA title. "A lot of this is about the journey," he said. "We worked very hard and haven't done it, and yet I feel a lot of reward out of the effort that it took to compete." The uniqueness of John Stockton. Stockton saw everything on the floor 3 steps ahead. His combination of passing precision, pace control, endurance, and tough defense were unmatched in the NBA. He was the maestro of the pick and roll when pick and roll was a novelty, and his 1-2 combination with Malone was one of the surest bets in the league for a decade. Stockton was hard as nails, and you could see that in the physicality of his play and how hard he would throw his body on drives, trying to force contact and create separation. Defensively, he was a nightmare for the opposing guards, an annoying pest who didn't mind diving for the ball, making hard fouls, and doing everything in his power to stop you. People are often praising LeBron and Durant for being so dominant and efficient at an advanced age, but these guys are freaks of nature. Stockton shot 51.5% from the floor in his career, weighing 170 pounds. And in retrospect, he should have probably taken a lot more shots himself. If he played in today's pace and space era, John could have easily cashed several threes per game, and he was one of the first players to shoot pull-up threes in half court and semi-transition. Out of his physical attributes, he had only 2 advantages: enormous ET-like hands and fingers, which helped him control the ball and throw passes with one hand, and the second was a resting heart rate of 35 beats per minute, twice less than the average man of his size. It was part of the reason why he was always composed, and why he could play with the same intensity at the end of the game, and why he'd almost never sweat. Stockton always flew under the radar, similar to Tim Duncan and Moses Malone, one of the most underrated centers ever, but that's how John preferred it. For 19 years in the league, he never had an agent, and he negotiated all of his contracts. Managers, PR, personal assistants, a 10-person entourage? Forget it. This was not Stockton.
Nah, that ain't what that was. John Stockton said, "Why I'm gonna pay a middleman? I can pay myself. I don't need you. I gotta give you a cut and shit. You ain't even play the game. Hell no, I'm not giving you shit. Fuck out of here." That's what he told him. John Stockton he's smart, bro. He's smart. He know exactly, like John Stockton. I want to give him a little bit of more praise with this because John Stockton knew what he was doing, G.
Style, and he was Kawhi Leonard before Kawhi Leonard. He just played as hard as he could, and after the game, he was the same old John, a nice, respectable guy who gave boring answers to the media so he could be left alone and go home to his family. When asked about his favorite moment from his stay with the Dream Team in Barcelona, Stockton replied, "One girl on the street asked me to take a picture of her with Charles Barkley. She thought I was some tourist." Legacy. John Stockton is an example that hard work pays off. This small, skinny white guy missed just 22 games in a 19-year career, 18 of which in one season due to a knee injury.
That stat right there alone, right there alone makes him better than 95% of the people in today's game. 22 games? You missed 22 games in 19 seasons? 22 games in 19 seasons. I think LeBron James missed that many in 4, maybe 5, 6 seasons. In 19, come on, dog.
Injury, which is also the only serious injury of his career. He is without a doubt the best pure point guard ever. John is #1 all-time in career assists. It's not even close, with Jason Kidd in second place, with almost 4,000 assists behind him. The same as in steals, where Stockton is the only man with over
My bad, guys. That was my wife actually calling me. I'm sorry about that, but we're going to pick back up. I'm sorry.
3,000 steals, with 550 more than Kidd at #2. With 10.5 assists per game, he's one of only 2 players to average double-figure assists for their career. He once had 11 assists in 1 quarter, and that was in a playoff game. Stockton's other assist records include most in a season, 1,164, the highest average for a season, 14.5, and most seasons leading the league in passing. He also shared the record for most assists in a playoff game with 24, and is tied for 3rd for most assists in a regular season game with 28. If he played in the point guard era of today, he could have easily averaged 20 every year because of his phenomenal shooting ability. But all he wanted was to create perfect shots for his teammates. I swear that I never got a bad pass from Stockton. He never threw the ball behind my back, in my legs, in front of me. Every pass was right in my hands, and I just needed to shoot. Jeff Hornacek. Stockton's assists were never for the crowd to go wild. They were, above all, purposeful. No one knew how to throw a better bounce pass than Stockton, and the only time he made a flashy move was when it was the only way for his teammate to catch the ball. I often took him for granted because I knew I would get ideal passes from him every game. He always made me better. No one gave him anything. He earned everything himself. Karl Malone. Gary Payton, a Hall of Famer and one of the best defensive players ever, said that Stockton was the hardest player for him to guard, and not Michael Jordan.
Damn. Oh, man. That's crazy, dog. Like, that's crazy that even he gets props from people, peers, like Karl Malone, bro. Karl Malone is probably one of the best big men to ever do it. For him to say, like, bro, I underestimated the dude. I didn't really think about him too much. And for Gary Payton, probably one of the best defenders to ever say, this man played harder defense than me. Gary Payton, somebody who plays some hella good defense. For him to say somebody who we don't necessarily consider a defensive player plays better defense than him, that's wild. And that really means a lot to, I'm pretty sure it meant a lot to John Stockton. No, it probably didn't. The way John Stockton acted, that probably didn't mean shit. But, man, I really do appreciate that. That was great, man. It's like these are the players I wish I had my kids grow up on watching. Not the players they get to play today, because it just ain't the same, man. But, man, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you made it this far, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and let me know exactly who is the greatest player to ever play basketball in the comments below. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. Peace.